Yes, I'm back. By popular demand.
It's got that. It's got that. Like you, 'cause you got that. Something that I need. If I like, so give it to me. It's got that.
No. Sit. I love you. What's up? Welcome to part 2 of my video. Thank you so much for clicking into this one too. This video now I'm going to talk about college and
My experience in college.
boy oh fucking boy. I started my college experience in Tompkins Cortland Community College in Cortland, New York, which is legit a small town it's like I think it's like 3 or 4 hours outside of New York City, and that experience was it was an experience, but it ended in a really good way. So when I first came out to TC3, that's the nickname for it, I had like a college dorm room, but it wasn't a regular dorm room. It was more of like apartment buildings with bedrooms, and we only shared kitchen and bathroom, which was pretty kind of cool because I didn't want no type of person in my room, you know. And I thought of college, I thought of that, and I was like, I don't really want that. Like, that's not, no. I'm like really anal about like my stuff, and if like no, okay. And smells are like my biggest thing. If something stinks, I just can't the fuck not. I had my own room, and my roommate was next to me, because her name was Tamia, or her name is Tamia, not was, her name is Tamia. I was room D, she was C. Yeah, she was C, and then we were like I was in front of the bathroom, and she was like literally the next room next to me, which was kind of in front of the bathroom, but like halfway pointed out directly towards the kitchen. And then we had an empty room, and then we had her friend, well, her best friend at the time, him. It was us 3 living in there, and it started off really cool. We were really fun, you know. I clicked a little bit more with Tamia, and whatnot. But freshman year was the most, I don't know, out of control experience of my freaking life. I mean, we've done amazing things together. We went to great parties. We, you know, did things that college kids would do. We had friends over all the time, which, you know, they were also kind of cool at that time. And we had arguments, and one of the biggest arguments that we had was like, I don't even really know. Me and my best friend was literally just talking about it. I don't really know what the hell it was about, but we had a big argument which involved me, her, and the guy. I was petty. I took all my kitchenware out the kitchen, which frustrated me because I had to keep that in my room, and it was in my space, and it was my mother's idea. Listening to my mother, and I felt like it didn't bother them as much as it bothered me, because every time I would use a dish, I would have to wash it and bring it back to my room, and that was very frustrating. But even when I had guests, wash it, bring it back. So frustrating. And it's not like the rooms were big enough to hold everything. But anyway, so we had arguments, we got in fights, but we ended up, you know, keeping some type of cordialness with each other until like things started spiraling out of control, and long stories of that. But I would like to say that my freshman year was really cool. I would like to say I did meet a lot of good people. I do want to talk about this because freshman year is an eye-opener for anyone in college, because you're all alone if you're far from home. You don't have your friends if you don't go with your friends, and it's just different, and if you feel sad or if you feel lonely or depressed or anything, please go talk to someone. And I say that because I am a person that's been going to therapy for well over 7, 9 years. Therapy works. It really does. And I'm not only speaking to you guys as subscribers, I'm telling this especially to the young African American men and females and Hispanics, you know, my Latinos and my Latinas, because I'm right a part of y'all too, whites, everything, everyone. You need to seek help. Depression is not a joke. I do suffer with like really big depression. I really do. And therapy freaking works. You need someone to talk to. Bottling and everything, writing it down on a piece of paper, throwing it in the garbage, yeah, that might work, but it's inside and you need someone to talk to let it out. Someone that's not gonna judge you. Someone that's not gonna, demolish your character or tell you crazy things. They're not gonna do that. They're gonna talk to you and they're not gonna try to force medication on you. You know, I've been able to handle my depression for a really long time, and I really believe that's because of therapy. Because I had someone to talk to. It was like an scapegoat from my reality. You know, someone to just hold my weight for me. You know, I could just give them my weight and move on. You know, so I had a great therapist in TC3, which was really, really cool. Someone I could talk to, and I went there weekly, you know, once a week I think, or twice if it was a really bad day. But she's helped me through a lot, and I don't know, I did so well my freshman and sophomore year. I got an honor roll society, and I never been on honor roll ever. Okay, my whole life has been like B's and C's, stuff like that. But to be on honor roll, it was just like wow. You know, and I feel like sometimes with college, you need to get away from your friends and your family. You need to separate family and your, you know, what you're doing, because if I was surrounded by all my friends, I don't think I would have done as well as I did. Because I would have been around them, we would have been meeting up every night and doing all this stuff. And even though I had that with Tamia, who later became my best friend, she and we still worked. And I pushed her, she pushed me. And we did what we had to do. Even though sometimes the little lady didn't really sleep. You know, she'd be... So like my sophomore year was pretty cool also. But I transferred out of TC3 and went to Buck State. One reason why I left TC3 is because I didn't really like the school. Not because of the people. It was mainly because of the environment. It was right around the time that Donald Trump was becoming president, and there was a lot of Trump supporters, and I didn't feel safe at some point. I also left because it was a small school, and although the education is amazing, I just wanted to be somewhere different. You know, I wanted to go and reapply to those colleges that I didn't get into. Like for instance, most of them was in Miami, because I love me some Miami, but I got into Buck State. I mean, I did get into some school in Miami, but they was trying to not take my credits, and I wasn't with the nonsense. So I came to Buck State. I would like to say that I thought, because when I was in TC3, like I said, I'm a television and film major. When I went to TC3, I was the only black kid in my class. And I mean, eventually there became like a few here and there, but I felt like I was like the only one. Because it just was. And I don't understand why. And I didn't think that was true until I came to Buck State. I thought that maybe because the school that I went to was a small school and it was a community college and it was right in a small town, that maybe that's why. And maybe that was. But I just felt as if it just didn't feel right. So I came to Buck State, and it was the same thing. It was weird, you know, but I was used to it. And I finished my years here at Buck State. I did 2 or 3 years, and now I'm officially a graduate, as I said in previous videos. But I don't know. I didn't make friends. Let's just start there. I started with friends in TC3, and I came out with my best friend to me, and I also made a really good friend, Brianna. I didn't make real friends here at Buff State. I mean, besides like the girls that I hang out with, they were my god sisters with friends, and then we all just became really cool. And then now I got their number and we be chilling. But they're all gone in their lives now. But when I say friends, I mean like in my major. I didn't make any friends in my major, and I don't understand why. You know, I felt as if I was singled out. I didn't feel as if no one wanted or attempted to be my friend. I get, yeah, Denver's cool, Avery's cool, but no one hung out with me. No one was like, hey, let's go, you want to come to a party or things like that. Like, no one did things like that with me. I made it seem as if, you know, oh, I just work a lot to hide the fact that like it bothered me, you know, because I tried, you know, I went to my therapist and I talked to her and she was like, well, why don't you try going out there? And I did. I tried, you know, but at that point, everyone just kind of like made their own clique, and Denver wasn't a part of it. And, you know, I didn't really believe it until like one time when we had to do, make a movie, and I did the movie Shush Never Tell, and, you know, no one asked me to help them on their stuff. And the assignment was that we should all help each other out. And I barely had anybody to help me on mine, and no one even wanted my help. I guess they thought because I was stupid or I didn't know what I was doing. But I do very much know what I'm doing. And I've proven it countless of times when I do in my writing. I just felt as if like there was no effort. Like, I just felt like I wanted to fit in, I wanted to be included, but every time that I guess I tried, I was outcast. And I just figured that maybe they thought that I didn't listen to the same things they listen to, or, you know, understand. But I've always been an Oreo, and if you don't know what an Oreo, it's a black on the out but white on the inside. Okay? I just felt like if you would have taken a chance or the time out to get to know me then, you know, and I felt like there was always that person, always that thing that just want to like point out the flaws in someone. I've always kept quiet about it because at the end of the day, I'm listening to my mom, and you know, she's like, yeah, say this, say that, go ahead and do what you gotta do and let them know. And I'm just like, no, because at the end of the day, I don't want to be seen as an angry black child. Like, he's the one that's gonna give it to them. Like, I don't want that. And I also don't want to mess up networking. And I mean, I'm not really networking because no one's really talking to me, but it's some sort of network. You know, it's a nervous feeling to know that, oh, you was in a class with somebody and you see them pop up on Facebook and you don't know if you should add them or not because they don't really seem like they talk to you. Like, they don't seem like you guys click. And it doesn't make sense. And I didn't like that. And, you know, this put me through some depression stuff and whatnot, but I got over it. I moved on and I graduated. And I'll see them in the future, and I know that they're all gonna do well because they're all bright students. You know, I'm never gonna, you know, discredit anyone's ability on what they've learned and what they can do because they all are bright. All of them, in each and every unique way. You know, I wish everyone the best of luck. I just wish that we all could have gotten along. I wish that I could have hung out with them, you know, or been invited to things, and you know, it just stung a little. You know, I didn't know that this would happen, you know, and I wasn't really like this in TC3. 90.9% of all the kids that I made friends in TC3 were white. Are white, sorry. And we got along very well. So it just didn't make sense. It doesn't. And here I am leaving Buff State where I came in with nobody. Well, besides my boyfriend, but and my dog. But I'm leaving with knowledge. I'm leaving with my integrity and myself. And I'm gonna do amazing things because I know I am. regardless of anything. And my college experience is a lot of ups and downs. It's a lot of I don't knows and a lot of I want, you know. But I don't know. I do want to say that you should always have this number in your phone. 1-800-273-8255. If you don't know what that number is, it's a suicide hotline. Whether you are depressed, whether you're suicidal, you should call. If you don't have money for a therapist, they're always open. You can call, you can talk to them, they will listen. Never not call. Never just go on the whim and do your own thing. And if you're afraid to call, reach out to a friend or a family member. For me, it was my god sister, and she went to Buck State, and I remember her coming to TC3 to visit, to take care of me, because the only thing I said to her was that, Erica, the door locks from the inside. And she said to me, I'm booking my ticket right now. So remember that number, remember to call, remember to talk to someone. Don't deal with it on your own. And you need someone. Okay? So I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. Thank you guys for subscribing. And if you aren't subscribed, please subscribe. Share, like, comment. Follow me on Instagram. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Snapchat. And I will see you guys in the next video.